So when we're first born, the first 7 years of our lives are very important because our subconscious mind is wide open for business. And it's like, all right, people, I'm new here. I don't know how this world works. I need to know how to survive, how to act, how to be. Please tell me, show me the way. And you're just absorbing everything. You're really just absorbing everything you see, everything people, well, you're listening to what people are saying. You're observing how people act with one another. You are paying attention to what people say to you and about the world around you. And you form limiting beliefs. Your subconscious mind is taking notes, creating a little rule book like, okay, so this is how we act in relationships. Oh, this is what love is. Oh, it's selfish for us to put ourselves first and our needs first. So we need to drain ourselves in order to help people. Okay, cool, got it. What? This money thing is bad? So mom and dad are fighting about money, so this money thing must be bad. I mean, our subconscious mind just forms these limiting beliefs that we use for the rest of our lives. And I guess I should explain what a limiting belief is if you don't already know. A limiting belief is just an idea or opinion that we believe to be true that negatively impacts our lives. So these are things that we saw once, especially when we were a kid, and we're like, okay, that's how the world works. So if for whatever reason we did witness our parents fighting about money, we're like, this money thing is bad. I want to stay away from money. And you're like, okay, so how does that relate to me and how does it affect me now? Well, if you have a belief that you're undeserving of money or money is bad for you, then you're going to find yourself in jobs that don't pay well. You can't get to jobs that pay well. And if you do receive money, you don't hold on to it. You get rid of it really quick. It's like once you have money, it's like poof, it's gone. So that is what a limiting belief can look like when you form it and how it plays out in your life. But these limiting beliefs, sometimes we don't even know how they were formed. And so it can be a little bit difficult to identify the root cause, but it is possible. There's a bunch of stories that you can uncover, and we'll get into that a little bit later. So you are this little innocent child. You don't know any better. You don't know that what you're seeing and what you're being told, is it true or is it false? Like, you don't know. We're so trusting in the people around us, our parents, our siblings, our other family members, our friends. You know, we're so trusting because we don't know any better. We're new here. So if someone says, oh, the world is difficult, you have to work hard to be successful, we're going to believe that's true. So we can also form limiting beliefs based on emotion at this time as well. And this actually is something that's going to happen throughout our lives, an intense emotion. So if we experience an intense emotion of fear, an intense emotion of guilt, shame, it's going to stay with us. In our subconscious mind, the alarm bells are going to go off like ding, 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 woo, woo, woo. Okay, what are we experiencing right now? What made us scared? Is it ghosts? Did we watch Poltergeist? Okay, now we're going to have an irrational fear of ghosts. Ghosts are bad. We're going to think about them all the time. And at night, we're going to be afraid of the dark because that's when the ghosts come out, is at night. One example for me, my wonderful parents, I don't know if they intentionally did this or I snuck in the movie. I don't know how, but I remember watching Poltergeist and it scared the bejesus out of me. And I have been afraid of ghosts for a very long time. And I am actually afraid of the dark still. So again, a limiting belief. Do I want to work through it? Can I? Yes. But I guess it's one of those things I've just accepted as part of my life, and I don't feel the need to change it, but maybe I'll work on it. I'll get back to you on that one. So this can be you watch something really scary, you witness something really scary, or something scary happened to you. A lot of us experience, I think everyone, I'm going to just put it out there, everyone has experienced trauma as a child. Depending on what you experience, your subconscious mind is going to protect you and it's going to create protective measures. So in the future, if you get close to being in a situation like that or close to being in a feeling like that, It's going to do everything in its power to keep you from that. Vulnerability is one of the issues that a lot of people struggle with. You know, if you experience that trauma, whenever you feel like you're going to be vulnerable, you self-sabotage, you push people away, you become distant, you're mean. There's just so many things that you do as a protective measure that your subconscious mind created so you don't experience vulnerability, because it thinks that you were vulnerable at a very young age and you got hurt really bad. So this is your life. This is what happens when you become vulnerable. Is that true? No, that isn't true. But your subconscious mind is very protective, and it can be a dick sometimes, and it can make you lash out and react in a very unhealthy way just so you don't become vulnerable. And that's just one of the many ways that the subconscious mind operates. So once you hit 7 years old, your subconscious mind closes its doors. It's like, you know what? I think I've gathered as much as I can, as much as possible. I think I know about this thing called life, and I can survive on my own. Are my reactions going to be healthy? Probably not. Am I going to overreact in some things? Maybe, but I am going to survive. And then you have this rule book of all these limiting beliefs, of all the things that your subconscious mind believes to be true, and is going to use it for the rest of your life. For every situation, it's going to go back to your rule book that was created when you were a kid based on other people's limiting beliefs that were just passed down on you or passed down to you. And it's like, all right, go have fun, go live your best life. But these limiting beliefs do hold us back. And so we have this notebook or this rule book of how to act in relationships. What do relationships mean to us? What do we consider healthy in relationships? And then we have the same thing with money. How do we spend money? Is money good? Do we have the belief that money is the root of all evil? And then our health, do we believe we can heal ourselves? There's so many beliefs, but you have your rule book. So if you're in a relationship, your subconscious mind just flips over to the relationship section. It was like, all right, this is how we act in a relationship. This is considered a healthy relationship. And if we go back to the health, when I was 12 years old, I was diagnosed with depression, and my doctor told me that it's genetic. There was nothing that I can do except find a way to cope and take medication for the rest of my life. So here I am, 12 years old, and I feel like, okay, well, I'm doomed forever and I'm going to have depression forever. So I have a limiting belief that I can't heal myself. I am broken. And I see this a lot in my clients and friends and family. They're always like, oh, well, I have depression. I was born this way. And they just almost seem like they give up. And so they had emotional response, and then they believe that they can't be helped.